Hey, you're listening to Babak and Ray Have Nothing to Say. It is Friday, the 13th
Yeah,
of February.
that's good.
And is it good? It's Friday the 13th.
No, but that was just a good intro, I think. I like
Oh,
the
thank
scripted
you.
intro, I like the time. I think you may as well just script and commit because
I'm gonna point out that the scripted part ended there.
yeah, it did. But you're listening to my name's Ray, and this is our 24-hour podcast. This is episode 6 with Dom McGovern, and this is the intro to the podcast, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
this isn't the 24-hour podcast itself. This is the bit where we cover up our it's like covering up the blooper. What is it? Blooper reel fumbles.
Yeah, we're making fumbles in the
bad
cover-ups.
breathing.
We're making fumbles in the cover-ups, but yeah.
All the saucy bits that we keep to ourselves.
Oh, there's not really. We didn't really edit out any.
No, don't say that because I was going to say that it's for the Patreon for the future. Then we record bits.
But I didn't want people to think that we cut out like big chunks because people are going to listen to the podcast. They go, man, like if this is in there, what did they cut out? Like,
yeah, exactly. We cut out the stuff about. Oh man, I wish I was good at coming up with.
We cut out this stuff. We cut out this. You're doing right now. That's what we cut out.
We cut out this stuff. Then we put it back in.
Yeah, now we're putting it back in at the beginning in a condensed form. So you
because
get all
Ray
the
says,
and ahhing now.
Because Ray says it has to be exactly 1 hour.
Yeah. Well, it was 20. We recorded for 24. It didn't stop. But yeah, this episode was good. We spoke to Dom about starting comedy. I mean, you're thinking, who the hell?
I already can't remember. Did we introduce? Did you say Dom McGovern?
Dom McGovern, yeah, okay. Dom McGovern, episode 6, a very funny comedian from London. But we talk about his origins in comedy, and I'm thinking, who the fuck would know all these references that we talk about? Like we talk about such specific London things. You guys talk about some specific London like locations and things, and then we talk about like the meal deals that is quite specific to the UK. But then we talk about his origins starting comedy at a comedy club in Perth, in Western Australia. And so we touched some pretty common themes, the food and stuff like that. But we also, I named some names in this. I mentioned the names of the managers of comedy clubs and stuff like that. I can't believe it. Big controversy's been stirred here on this podcast.
Should we save those for the Patreon?
No. I mean, I don't never do these gigs, so I don't really give a fuck. And I don't think I said anything too untrue, but just sharing a bit of goss. But yeah, we go back to the food again. Oh man, this happened to me last night. This is crazy, right? Like, because we talk about Deliveroo and food so much in this podcast, and obviously we're a bit subconscious about it in some ways. Like, have we gone too far with the deliveries? Have I become where does the deliveries stop and Ray begin? I don't know anymore. Well, I do a gig with Michelle de Swartz. Do you know this comedian Michelle de Swartz?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I do a gig with her. She's so funny, man. And I did a gig with her last night. But I was trying this new bit about ginkgo biloba. I thought it sounded funny, the term ginkgo biloba, the vitamin.
Mm-hmm.
And
sounds like a football team.
Ginkgo biloba. Well, I think you're thinking of Atletico Bilbao.
Yeah,
but she was pronouncing it as ginkgo Bilbao, I think. And then and she spoke to me afterwards. She was like, we must be the only two comedians with bits on ginkgo biloba. And I said, it's ginkgo biloba. And she goes, and the last time I worked with you, I heard you on stage, you're doing all this stuff about Deliveroo. And then I'm going on and I'm thinking, is he doing this because he knows like I'm like the voice of Deliveroo? And I'm like, dude. And I say to her, dude, you're not the voice of Deliveroo. I'm the voice of Deliveroo. I get Deliveroo all the time. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm the voice of Deliveroo. And I'm like, no, I'm the voice of Deliveroo. And she goes, I'm actually the voice of Deliveroo. Like she was the voice. She does the voice for the ads and stuff. But I thought she meant that like as a metaphor for like, she was
what I like here is that you really want to be the voice of Deliveroo.
Yeah.
You were quick to claim that title.
Oh, you could be the voice of something, I reckon.
Me?
Because when we did that sound check before, and you had to do a fake laugh, you looked like you could do a kid's character, like a kid's cartoon voice. The fake laugh was good. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
It's a Muttley laugh.
Yeah, it was laugh. A bit of a Muttley laugh.
Yeah, that's the pain. See?
Oh, that's a good laugh. Well,
it's not that. That's what this intro is. Taking that out.
No.
You take that out.
Put it back in.
No, take it out.
We can't edit the intros and then do intros to the intros.
Okay,
but look,
it's the intro. You're listening to Babak and Ray. It's 10:41. No.
And no, that's good. And this is episode 6 with Dom McGovern. Thank you.
Babak and Ray have got nothing to say, and they're gonna try and say it all in one full day. Well, that's the world that we live in today. Making things up, hoping and praying that all the guests are coming. We got a producer called you. We didn't think about the money. We're worried what we're gonna do. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say. Babak and Ray have got nothing to say. 24 episodes locked in a day, and it's Monday. Hey, you're listening to Babak and Ray have nothing to say. It's 5 a.m. on a Monday, and this is episode 6. We've done 6 back-to-back episodes.
We haven't done the 6th one yet, but we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it now. We're not going to not do it. I mean, it's like, we have a guest who's showing up. We can't just cancel now.
No, but this is good. Once we finish this episode, we will be a quarter of the way through, 25% of the way through. That feels pretty good. That feels manageable.
Yeah.
It's flowing by. It's flying by. How are you feeling?
I feel fine. I've got a water. I've got I had my energy. I've had my isotonic energy. I think I'm all right. I don't know.
Oh no!
What's happened to you now?
I've just got a technical. This has to be done on air too. I mean, I can do it. I'll send it to Jenny. I've just ordered Jenny, the photographer, our guest from
Uber to your house.
To Uber to her place, but the driver's cancelled. Oh man, this Uber, she gave me I've never even heard of where she's going. But anyway, I'll just send her a message. Sorry about that. Sorry about those technical things. That's the thing. We're doing it 24 hours, no breaks. We don't really get to have these chats. But mate, look, how are you feeling? Tell me how you think. How do you reckon we're going to go? How you think you're going to go physically?
Physically, fine. I've got a lot of Haribos. It's maybe I'm going a bit mad.
That's mentally. That was going to be my next question. Mentally, how do you think you're going?
I don't know. I think I'll be okay. Mentally, I don't know. I think the after effects of this may not be discovered for a few weeks. It's like, well, I don't know what we're doing to ourselves.
Yeah. What will happen to us afterwards? Yeah, we'll be for a few. It'll be a bit like jet lag. Yeah, we will feel it for a while afterwards.
I felt disappointed that like last episode I claimed I had this skill, which I definitely have, and I didn't really achieve.
I was pretty impressed at that claim too. I was like, wow, that.
I think you should try it again because I think I can do it. I used to be so good at knowing the lengths of films that I've never seen.
We have been mainly using our film references, I've noticed, throughout the other episodes. And listen, if you are listening for the first time to this episode, maybe you're a fan of our guest on this episode, you're just listening for the first time. We are recording 24 episodes back to back with no breaks. So sometimes we reference things that happened on a previous episode, or they're all blurring into one pretty much at this point. That's all I'm going to say. And it's hard to make them isolated individual episodes, which is what we have to try to do. Each episode needs to be an isolated episode, a standalone episode that's okay to listen to on its own, with its own info and own little tricks and
or we
facts.
Make it an intricate web.
You
have to listen back to fully understand what nonsense is going on.
Yeah. It's actually, yeah.
It could work that way.
But maybe not. People might. I don't know. The Twin Peaks was cancelled when in the 90s because people weren't ready for such a serial show. Like they were like the networks kept saying, "Give away the killer now! Give away the killer now!"
But the thing is, no one can cancel this.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for it.
Oh, God. No one has cancelled this. Well, you can't cancel this.
They can't cancel it.
No, it's not up yet, so that's why. Okay. And now, Hugh, how are you going? How are you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty mad. I feel
like we have a responsibility to you here to at least entertain one person in this room.
I'm entertained. This is great. On my way here, I binge listened to a podcast, which was definitely
that was loud.
It was that was loud, but it was like a Lewis Goodall true crime thing. I've never listened to that shit normally, and for some reason, it was about some kind of like guy in Blackpool that had conned his way through Bitcoin. I don't know. But that was the worst idea ever. Like just
binging it,
just listening to more podcasts. Right. Just because
I went and guested on 3 podcasts before this. On the way here.
Just to warm up. I didn't do that.
You listen to any podcasts recently?
No, I've just tried to do some cleaning. Bought the waters. I bought some waters. I've made the hospitality area.
The hospitality area is in Babak's kitchen. Beautiful. So we're in Babak's. We've never really described the location to the people, like we're to the listener. We're in Babak's flat. I mean, some of the listeners, some of the guests have described this room and stuff, and your artwork being around. But we're in his flat. Arthur, Babak's son, is asleep next door, in the room next door. There is a hospitality area that Babak talks about that he has set up, which has a stool, a magazine, and some croissants and some chocolate bars.
And some isotonic energy things. We've got some water. I bought quite a lot of water. I bought one water for everybody.
Yeah, no one's taking the water.
Because I didn't make it very clear, and they're still in packaging, so I think nobody wants to break into it, and I've just done that. And I've just told our guest that I've put one on the side for him, so hopefully he's going to come in with it. It's getting quite hot in here. And maybe that. Huh?
Well, look, you know what's going to cool this thing down? Another 18 hours of podcasting and some daylight and some increased temperature outside and inside. Now, have you met our next guest?
We've met. I've seen him perform at the Moth Club, I should probably save it for radio. That's kind of right.
Yeah, I guess so. You can save it for radio. Okay, and we should bring him on then, I guess so. We're going to say he's here. He's nice and early, and I'm once again very appreciative that he's made his way in for the show. Very busy schedule. Let's make him welcome. It's our next guest. Please put together your hands for Dominic McGovern. Dominic McGovern is preparing his bloody Comedy Central roast battle. His Comedy Central roast battle jibes on me.
I'm not. I would never do that.
Roast?
No.
Oh. Could you do a comedy roast?
I don't think I could. I think I would go. I think I would be perceived as too mean.
I think you're like me.
Too
I think
mean.
you could be.
Yeah.
I don't think you could take it either. A bit.
Oh.
I think.
I think you're like me. Like, I mean, this is me.
Okay. Well, you've started by roasting me.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean,
5 o'clock in the morning.
It's a compliment not to be able to take the roast. It's psychopathic to be able to take it. Well, it's humane, I think. It's kind of a mental fight club, this roast battle thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's sick. It's disgusting. They're just insulting each other. It's a mental...
I don't know. I think it depends on who it would be, because they always have such a random mix of people.
When did these happen? I only saw it on the TV when, like...
It's only really new phenomenon, I feel like.
I feel like they do one a year, and it'll always be like some sort of like schlubby male American comic or a like pretty like monoculture figure. Like they did Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
The Donald Trump one.
Yeah, But they
you're
also
talking
do like
about
Jeff
the American
Ross.
roast, not the roast battle things where people
yeah,
are
but like where did roast start from? They kind of started there. And I do feel like they're only I don't feel like they were around in the 80s or 90s. Not that I know, but like I don't feel like
It's
like
a whole industry.
A modern thing. Now they are. Yeah.
Roast Battle on Instagram. There's hi, by the way.
And it's really horrible. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, this is Dom. Hi, say hi to Dom, listeners. Dom, thank you for doing this. We do appreciate you coming in. We know that you have just. Let me get it straight. Wait, you were just doing on holidays and did a couple of shows in Switzerland.
I was in Switzerland to do shows, and then I was on holiday, and on top of the shows.
How did shows in Switzerland go?
Good.
Really?
Yeah.
It's quite a nice. I went there I have a friend from there. I was there 20 odd years ago, but it seemed like such a calm place.
Yeah, I think
nothing happens.
I think that's that. It was very beautiful, and I do think they have a reputation, maybe deservedly, for being a bit boring. But that meant I felt like the audiences were like, "No, we're fun, we're really fun, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna get it. We're gonna understand, and we're gonna have fun." I felt like the people who were willingly coming to see stand-up comedy in Switzerland, they had something to prove about their own humour level.
These shows that you were on, were this a solo show, a mixed bill, or were you on with other Swedish comedians?
I was Swiss.
Sorry,
I was in.
This happens a lot when you've been doing these podcasts.
Yeah, how is it? We're 5 hours in. Are you 5? You're 5 hours in?
I think so. Yeah, but we are just sometimes mid conversation I'll forget about what we're talking about. Apart from that, I'm pretty good, I'd say.
So no psychosis has set in yet.
And the other thing is, I've said a few things that I wish I could edit out already.
I wish he hadn't said them.
I wish I hadn't said some of those things. So yeah,
and he wouldn't stop saying them.
I did talk about the worst Australian film of all time called Australian Pie, and it's about this guy. It's
like American Pie, but Australian.
Wait, it's this guy that works at a butcher.
Well, you've got a new captive audience every time. What do you want me to do?
He works at a butcher and he's having sex with the meat slicer, and his dick cuts off and goes into a meat pie, and that's the premise of it.
Okay, that's.
And it's the most crass, horrible film you'll ever see in your life.
Sounds horny as hell.
15 minutes to get to the...
It did get to get to the premise, to get to the good bit. Yes, okay, sorry. I won't.
It wasn't a good bit. Anymore. It wasn't a good bit.
And sorry, so were you on with other comedians? Or were you?
Yeah, so it's like English-speaking comedy in Switzerland, run by some Swiss comics. One comic, Teddy Hall, he's part Swiss, part Scottish. So he runs English-speaking comedy in Basel. Basel, it was very much like comedy club, under the underground bit, like close.
Yeah.
And then in Zurich, it was a nice theatre run by two lovely lesbians. So it was a lovely atmosphere, I would say.
And
it was the most.
They probably give you a good meal. From what I remember touring in bands like Switzerland and places, you get fed probably. I hope you did, otherwise I've just sort of said something stupid.
Switzerland? Oh, a good meal in Switzerland, yeah.
No, they had quite a lot of lovely non-alcoholic IPAs actually, which I would never normally want to drink an IPA, but the non-alcoholic ones in Switzerland, I thought in Switzerland everything was going to be cheese and beer. And it kind of was, but that you could have non-alcoholic versions of it as well.
I think Switzerland's the first place where I realised that sandwiches could be made. The bread of a sandwich could be different based on the filling of the sandwich. Up to that point, I'd only seen the English triangle cut sandwich, and then suddenly it's like, oh, this brie goes in this bread and this other thing.
Right.
It's like I'd never seen that.
And we're
I don't think that was a Swiss thing. I don't know.
Sullying the art form in this country
This-
by having stuffing flavoured sandwiches on white bread in Tesco's.
The sandwich culture here is not spoken enough about how strange it is. It's just not.
It's really insane. I
insane.
find Christmas dinner flavoured sandwiches.
But the fact they're on a bookshelf, it's like a library of sandwiches. At these shops, it is that is the observation I'm talking about that no one has seen, and then it's been streamlined down to where they've figured out the most popular sandwiches, and they all sell the same variety of sandwich. It's a crazy, well-oiled machine that's quite unique to here. That doesn't happen in America.
Yeah, meal deal culture is so ubiquitous, and people are ferally defensive over their meal deal choices and what your meal deal says about people. Really make judgments on you based on your meal deal choices.
And do you have a meal deal choice? Can I ask?
No, not really. I just sort of go. I'm sort of I'm sort of a free spirit in that way. I would just like whatever takes my fancy on that day. But also, I am being conditioned by male influencers on the internet to try and get the thing that's got the most protein in it.
And you are a stand-up
Protein's
comedian.
big these
You are a
days.
comedian too. So I'm imagining, there'll be times where you want to save a bit of money and get a meal deal.
Yeah, and sometimes you want the most caffeinated thing, and sometimes you want the most protein thing. And luckily, for that specific type of eating disorder, they've got protein-flavored coffee.
Yes, they do. I've gone to the mistake of now
Protein
with
flavoured.
What protein?
Oh.
Protein scented? Protein
Enhanced.
Protein enhanced.
coffee flavored protein.
There's proteins everywhere these days.
Everything's got protein in it. Everything,
yeah.
literally everything's got protein.
Yeah,
in
they
it.
started messing with the Mars bars at one point. I was like, what? You can't get into the Mars bars.
I'm so susceptible to that.
Right, the extra. Yeah, they'll have that. They even had the sandwich with the extra protein, the Korean one with the 20 Korean chicken one. Yeah,
the gym kitchen, and it's all like protein yogurt, as if yogurt doesn't already have like quite a lot of protein in it.
The problem with the meal deal is that like I'm trying to get my best value for money, and then I'm foregoing what I actually want. Because I'm trying to get the value. Yes,
money.
I've figured out with the Waitrose one, you can almost double your value if you're getting the coconut water, which is a must, obviously. But you can get a Huel in there as the drink. That's a $3.40 itself.
That's a meal.
That's the meal.
No,
I think that counts as the meal.
You get I think that's an abomination. Actually, I mean, when you go to Tesco,
you can have a Huel and a Coke.
Actually, can I have 5? I'm going to run to the shop now and do that. I hate when you get like a pack of fruit. A pack of fruit is a snack, regardless of how big the pack of fruit is. You can't be giving me like 300 grams of pineapple and saying that that's the main course of a meal.
Yeah, it doesn't.
There's like there's a world in which you're having like 400 grams of strawberries and grapes as a main, some sushi as a snack, and then like green juice coconut protein enhanced water as your drink. And that's like the pinnacle of like the modern functioning man on the go.
Modern functioning.
Problem I have with these meal deals is sometimes I just like that cheese and onion. I just like the cheese and onion. It's the cheapest one. It's like there's no point committing.
Oh,
to
you're
this.
not. Yeah, you're wasting the value.
Value.
Yeah.
Now, enough about the Tesco meal. I mean, this has
So
been a
last time
recurring.
I saw Dom was actually in the urinals at the end of the road.
End of the
wasn't
road
it? And
festival,
then
yeah.
we were about to play,
Yeah, I was about
and
to do.
you told me not to come to the show. I saw it. And I didn't, because you told me you didn't want me to. Well, you didn't say you didn't want me there. You said,
No, I didn't know what it was going to be.
how was it? Because that was a nice stage.
It was so lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I've gigs at music festivals. Fuck that.
No, but like
No,
you were
have you been to End of the Road?
No, I never.
You were
It's-
on late, and it's nice because like it's a bit more. It's got some atmosphere because it's a nice stage and
Yeah.
at night. it's
How long do you have to do?
It had atmosphere. So I did 3 shows. I did the daytime show, which was 25 minutes, and then I was
long.
like,
long.
That's long.
it was nice. It was really nice. It was
25
like,
minutes is long in a comedy club, let alone outside.
It was sort of before the music had started, though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they were up for it. And if you've not been End of the Road, it's kind of like BBC Radio 6 music. Everyone is that.
Yeah.
It's like kids with baby chinos and like the big noise-proof headphones, so that their parents can pretend that they're still taking MDMA even though they're not. You know? Would you say that's a fair assessment? Is that a bit of a bitchy assessment?
Yeah, it's out there. I mean, I work it every year. I love End of the Road.
I loved it. It was a lovely time.
I'm surprised you haven't done it. To be
No,
honest, Ray.
I've done. These are the festivals I've done here, and these two were scarring. Reading and Leeds, they were scarring.
That's
they were scarring.
unbelievable.
They were like theatre, like rooms with like 2,000 seats with 5 people in it, and you had to fill the time. You had to do 30 minutes. You were paid very
30 minutes.
paid very well, and like. You're like, I think they must just have budget, like these Reading and Leeds, to like put on other art forms to go, we're not as crazy as we are, because they're all just 18-year-olds taking pills and like smashing everything.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh no, we've got a poetry section, a comedy section, but no one's watching it. No one's going to any of this stuff. And I just remember, here's a bit of goss for it. Dylan Moran was the headliner, and he tried to pull out that day. They flew him up there. They were like, no, get up here now. They're flying him up there, and they were flying. And it was like Save It Private Ryan to get Dylan Moran to do this gig.
Flying him how?
He was in Brighton and it was in Reading, and he was like, he didn't want to catch the train and he didn't want to drive, and then they flew. I can't remember. They got him there.
A helicopter.
Yeah.
It was something. They got him
They
there.
paraglided him from Brighton to
Jetpack.
Yeah.
And there was just no one in the tent. He just did the gig and then just left. It doesn't matter, They just don't even care.
I mean, Reading's kind of like, it's straight after GCSEs, and it's mainly just teenagers who are doing their first festival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said to the promoter, because they were complaining about a comedian from one of the other things that got off because they weren't going very well. And I said, it's better that someone gets off than continues to go if they're going really bad. And they said, no, because it's like time slots. So you have to do the 30 minutes. So you have to do it, no matter how bad you're going.
I do find that insane.
But it's kind of okay because you can just kind of go, you have to write out your set. That's the problem. And you just go, okay, I'm just doing this, I guess.
To the 5 people. It becomes like group therapy at that point.
It's not group therapy, because 5 people in a small room is group therapy, but they're not even listening to these 5 people. They're mannequins. It could just be mannequins.
They're still pinging out from the day before.
Yeah, exactly. They're probably finding a tent just to sit in that's quieter.
Yeah, that is when I went to Reading Festival when I was 16 or 17. I went to the comedy tent, and I think it was because I'd got lost on my way to Alt J or something like that.
And is that why you're a comedian now?
Yeah.
That's
I saw Reginald D. Hunter that day, and I thought, I'm going to do exactly that.
Now, speaking of starting comedy, you started in Australia. This blew my mind when I found this out. Back in what I said, like, I'm from the east coast of Australia, right. So Sydney, Melbourne, very progressive, global, modern cities, and then it just drops down after that, like to the other cities, drops down, and then on the west coast, and I've got to be careful, but like there's Perth, which is a mining town, working class mining town, but then became very rich, so it's like cashed up mining and tradies sort of people, but so. It's kind of got a culture of people go out. It's quite a nice city. It's in like the food's good and coffee's good and stuff like that to a degree. I mean, it's still quite isolated and small, but it's quite nice and modern, I guess, in some ways. But it has that culture, and that is where Dom started at some of the toughest gigs in Australia, I'd say.
I think you're being quite polite about Perth.
Oh, really? You think?
Yeah.
I guess maybe because I'm from Australia, I don't want to shit on the cities too much. I guess I'd say this. Out of all the cities in Australia, no, I am being too polite about Perth. You're right.
Yeah, it sucks, kind of.
Are you from Australia?
No, I lived there. I lived there pre-pandemic. My first ever gig was here because I did the Soho Theatre stand-up course, and then I immediately went back out to Australia.
Who else was in that course? Was there any other alumni?
None that I think you would know. There's lots of people who have like gone on to be quite successful writers, but no one who's really doing.
Didn't Olga Kosh do it before you and stuff? A few other people.
I was in like from. I thought you meant from my group.
No,
lots of people have done it. Yeah, Olga's done it. I think Hugh Davis did it.
Yeah.
It's great if anyone's looking to start comedy. Yeah. I did that, but then I immediately went back out to Australia and started doing a couple of open mics. But they do this thing in Australia called Raw Comedy, which is like it's like an open mic comedy, but you get put on telly at the end if you get through. And I was quite arrogant and sort of just entered that very early on, and then won the regional heats and was meant to be going to do the final in Melbourne, which is where I had been living before and where I really wanted to go back to. But I just had a job in Perth and a sort of boyfriend in Perth, and the only reason I had a place to stay was because I was staying with his mum, so I had to stay in Perth. So I was I'd been going out with this guy for like 5 weeks, and I was living with his mum. It was really pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, you could do anything. I was like 23.
Yeah, it feels weird.
You're just living with his mum, or with him?
No, with him and his mum. He was there, of course.
That changes.
But my lease
had
come up. My lease had come up, so I was only. But I just moved in with them, and then I'd won this regional final in Perth, and I was meant to be going to Melbourne, and I was like, I'll find a way to live back in Melbourne then eventually. And then before the national final could happen, the pandemic happened, so I had to in mid-March 2020, I had to be like, okay, I need to make a choice as to whether or not I could see the writing on the wall. Am I going to lock down in Perth where I know about 10 people and I'm living with this
like the
random
opposite of you,
guy's
right?
mum.
Yeah.
Or I moved back into my parents' house in the United Kingdom, so I flew back to the UK. And then I didn't do stand-up comedy again for about 2 years.
I had the exact opposite, or sort of not exact, similar. I came over here, signed with Avalon, signed a contract for 5 years. COVID hit, and then I was like, at that point though, Australia didn't have COVID, and the UK was like, early on it was like Italy was really bad. Then the UK was like the worst in the world, and I was like, stuck here.
Yeah.
But then Australia shut the borders, particularly Perth. I don't know if you saw
they
that.
were crazy.
Western Australia. Perth is in Western Australia, like the westernmost state of Australia, and it's like they wanted to become another country, like split themselves off because they don't travel.
It's like extreme. Like there's a real isolationist mindset.
Yeah,
there. Like
that's exactly.
When people say that it's it's the most isolated city in the world, in that like it takes as long to fly to Indonesia as it does to fly to Sydney from Perth. That's how far away it is.
Really?
They had the borders.
It's fully
shut.
a 5-hour flight from Sydney to Perth.
They shut their borders for something like 3 years, like over COVID.
It was like 2 years.
It was the whole thing.
Perth.
They just shut the whole
Western Australia, the
state.
state.
And then they had a vote, like, do you want to open the border? And like it was like unanimous. The whole state was like, no. Why would we do that? Like, nah. They just
It's
don't
very
travel.
it's like a very insular, and like that, like it begins to like breed a mindset. I think it's a strange place. I do think.
Yeah.
It's kind of like 5 years behind, I would say.
Yeah,
I was there in 2020. I feel like they were just getting sort of like stomp clap Lumineers music at the time. Like they like
music. They're very far behind,
everyone in London was shaving off their man buns. In Perth, they were growing them.
Yeah,
they were growing them big time.
Yeah. That's a pretty accurate description of Perth, actually.
Yeah. It's got lovely beaches though.
Yeah, it's lovely beaches. The standard of living is quite high.
Good save.
The standard of living is very high. The food quality will be high and stuff like that, and stuff. But yeah, it's so mad that you started at some of the. Well, you run like, a cool. A cool London inner city London gig now, and you started at one of the worst gigs I know in the world.
It is
one of the worst gigs I've ever heard. It just baffles me. That I'm like, if you see the lineup,
have you played this gig?
No, never. And it's like one of the only ones I haven't, sort of thing. And it's just like. It's a lot of like 60-year-old bald men playing this gig, like straight.
But I felt like a celebrity. Is the thing. Like I had like such like the sort of arrogant delusions of someone just starting stand-up comedy. I was like, people need to hear what I've got to say. What I had to say was like jokes about my own asshole. It went well. Like I was like a celebrity. Like they'd never met. Like all the people. Like everyone I'd met in the comedy club, for the most part, was like really quite nice. But it was like you said. There was a higher than normal proportion of divorced dads, I would say. And they were like, wow, you're so out there. And what I was saying was like, I'm gay. This is gay thing happened. And they were like, wow.
My friend that just went and did that comedy club. So now there's a rival comedy club in Perth, and it's called and so this comedy club, the Comics Lounge, it's run by this old English guy called Johnny McAllister, maybe his name is. But and then there's a rival comedy club now run by a cool English guy from Newcastle that loved to party and stuff like that called Oasis Comedy. So now you've got this Oasis Comedy, you've got the Comics Lounge, and they were rivaling each other for a bit. My friend went and did the Comics Lounge, and he said that Johnny McAllister, the owner of the Comics Lounge, was complaining, and this is what he said. He goes, I can't compete with Brendan. He's on the bloody computers. He's on the bloody computers. The computers. So yeah, I guess to have a good comedy club, you just got to get on the computer.
Yeah.
And,
well, you're doing that now. Well done.
We're on the computers. This is getting us into the computers now. Yeah.
How was he doing it without the computers?
I guess
just word of mouth on the street.
Just a lot of. I guess by computers he meant social media, maybe, or something like that. Yeah, so that's like
Whereas in the other comedy club, he's like out on the streets. Hear ye, hear ye.
Well, you don't, but they are. They kind of are on the streets. They are out the front in like something, handing out flyers, and shit like that. Yeah, comedy's degrading. Anyway, now tell me, these Swedish gigs, were you on? far out. I keep saying Sweden. There's Swiss gigs. Why? So you were on with other Swiss acts?
There was actually no one was. So the one of the hosts was South African. One was English, and then I was. They I think every 2 or 3 weeks, twice a month maybe, they fly out. Well, they don't fly out. It's comedy, obviously. No expenses ever get paid, but you fly out. It's paid well. Thank you. They fly to English comedians. So do you know Patrick Spicer?
Yeah.
So we were like, it was like a double header, they call it.
Cool.
It's all English speaking comedy, and so there was like an American guy, Swiss, Scottish guy.
I did one of these in Norway once. I did like a few dates in Norway, and I found like I've done European gigs. I think countries where like they use English a lot is good, but like when they don't, like France and Paris and that, it's harder because they just speak French all the time. So then they're like going like that to that. But I feel like countries where they rely on English a bit more, it's a bit easier.
Yeah. And like certainly some of the cultural reference, I was doing a half an hour set, and like it became quite apparent to me that pretty much all of my jokes have some reliance on like UK cultural references. Yeah. Like even like I have some jokes about my boyfriend being a doctor, and like it kind of does rely on you thinking doctors have a shit deal of it, but in Switzerland no one's got a shit deal of it.
Yeah.
Well, language
it's so clean.
So I have it with the text stuff because I do a lot of text-based work, and it's always playing on. Sometimes the English is just a bit off. And if you speak English, there's something funny in the sentences because it's a bit off. But if you don't, I never, like somebody in Brazil wanted to fly me out for a show, and I was like, I don't know if you actually get it because it's funny or because it's, I don't know.
Or because you know it.
Because you know it, or because it's sort of written wrong.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I'm just being rude.
It's
now.
about like that same.
Yeah. So we do have any other? So we've ragged on Perth.
Yeah, I mentioned all their names. I mentioned everyone's names as well. Yeah.
The Brazilians.
The Brazilians.
You got anything?
I don't even know. That is low in 6 hours. But I don't know. I'll say something. I'll say something so that no one can hear my stomach growling.
You're doing
24
hours of this podcast. You got to have like each hour thematically has to follow something. This can be xenophobia hour. I really don't mind.
Oh, we were worried about how many cancelable
things. We're 5 hours in. Of course, we've already done xenophobia hour. You fucking idiot.
We're dedicating the rest of this episode to Charlie Kirk. Now
you can't keep saying things like that.
Okay, I know I've mentioned Charlie Kirk. Oh wait, let's go back to my Greek saying that. I went to Greece recently, and I've said this on one of the other episodes, but it was just what you're saying. The taxi driver asked me if I knew any rude words, and in Greek, and I was like, no. And he told us a rude saying to say in Greece. He's like, this is the rudest thing you can say, and he said this phrase, and I was like, what does it mean? And he said this. He goes, fuck your house. But like it doesn't work here because no one's got a house. You know what I mean? Like no one's got a house. Like it works on the Greek islands.
Yeah, exactly. Here,
when you're on the Greek islands,
fuck your landlord.
Got a big house. Yeah, but that doesn't translate. You know. But I was like, I'm bringing that to the mainland. Fuck your house. It's good.
Have you tried it?
Just to my friends. Fuck your house. I say fuck to people like that. But like,
how did it
fun.
Go down?
It's fun between friends. Fuck your house is good. Like it's good. It's like the whole house gets fucked.
Yeah.
You know? It's better because when I was a kid, it's like the mums were getting insulted a lot. It was like, fuck
your mum culture.
It was. And I tell you what, phrase is completely gone because I heard this phrase in a 90s film, which has been a recurring, fuck, this is going to happen a lot, recurring theme. But son of a bitch, you just never hear that anymore, you know? No. And that was like a 90s phrase. He's a son of a bitch.
I feel like you don't even hear, God damn it. In American export cultural exports anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't heard God damn it in a long time.
Can I tell you a gripe, a hot take, a podcast take here that I've been noticing on films, American films, and I think they've gone too far. The smoking. I'm a smoker. I like it. Don't mind it. Looks cool. But everyone's smoking.
It's truly back.
Really?
Doctors are smoking in the fucking office while they're examining people and shit. Like people are smoking in bed after sex. In every movie, they're all smoking inside. Everyone's smoking. It's like this just doesn't happen. And they're always good-looking people too. It's like, have you seen? There's about 5% of people smoking left. They're the dregs of society. You know, they're out like they have to stand across the road from the restaurant. You know, standing in the car. And now it's
like it's in film and TV, like it's I've noticed this as well, because my dad always used to say everyone used to smoke in film and TV, and then it doesn't happen anymore. And now in the last like 2 years, maybe 2-3 years,
everyone
cigarettes are so back in film and
I reckon
television.
Fleabag was like a big one. Fleabag kind of made it. I remember saying, "Oh, that was cool."
That was old now.
That's what I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
At the beginning of series 2, where she's outside having been punched in the face.
They'll share a cigarette. That I was like, this is cool. Like there was a kind of cool way of smoking there. And then Mad Men had done it, but they're showing a period piece, so it's different. But like I mean, mate, I had probably seen it before Fleabag, but I remember that was when I started to notice it, and now I'm noticing it like in everything. Yeah.
And some of these characters, they wouldn't be smoking.
They wouldn't be smoking.
They'd be suckling on a battery like the rest of us.
I want to see the director's cut. I want to see the coughs. I want to see where all the coughs are coming from.
I guess vaping just isn't cool.
It's not.
It will come back, like in the retro way of like how the smoking died and then came back, then that the vaping will. Apparently,
like vinyl.
Apparently, it's like things you can't. It's hard to write about things while you're in it. So it's like that's why there was no good COVID stuff. Like and now the good COVID stuff will be written. And that's what I was reading a review about that Eddington. I don't know if you've seen that, the Eddington movie.
Is that
Ari
Aster?
Yeah. And it's set in COVID, and it's really good. It's just really good. It's like not like just good. And I mean, it's his kind of movie. It does drag on in the middle, but like the COVID setting is great. Like, and it just takes time for it to be to write. Like the war movies couldn't be written when the wars were happening. It has to wait till afterwards because people can reflect and write about it better. So maybe that's the same with vaping. I'm just saying, like people can't vape. People can't write about the vaping now.
I just
and
don't
social
know if,
media.
I don't know if it looks cool. Smoking still looks cool. It has culturally. There's history to it, and there's references, and you can smoke like James Dean, and you can smoke like vape. No, it's not. Look how you did that just then.
But smoking won't exist.
You're always embarrassed.
Vaping versus smoke,
in the corner of your mouth, and you're pretending you didn't do it.
Exactly, and
this waft of caramel comes out your mouth.
It's not caramel. Don't give him some credit. That's going to be like pineapple ice. What is it?
It's right. Dom's in here ready to go. Let him host the podcast.
But that's because I'm sad and pathetic as well. I now, instead of like show the people the vape. That's blue and yellow. What should you think of? Ukraine. What am I thinking of? Pineapple ice. I see blue and yellow, and I think pineapple ice. That's how warped my brain has become.
We should do World Cup vapes, though. What you're on it, the Ukraine one.
Yeah, we should like top trumps or.
I'll tell you what, these Palestine vapes
attacks.
are going out. I mean that in a good way. They go to charity. That kind of don't take that though. Anyway, let's go on. Move on. I meant to say, never mind.
No, it's good. Everyone's buying vapes for a good cause.
So I think that vapes will be.
There's a market for a Hollywood guy to vape well and.
But I do think it's cultural signifier of kind of a loser, isn't it? No, I had 6 months off vaping and now I'm back to vaping and it's bad. I need to get back.
No, but it's also
just quitting smoking and I just never got it.
If I saw a character in TV and film and he was like suckling on a vape, that is, your brain goes, this is someone who hasn't got their life together. So that's why it's never going to take off.
I have a friend. I had a friend who got so addicted to it. He said it was actually the withdrawals off the vape were really, really hard for it.
Yeah, there's an end point to a cigarette.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You can't see. That's the thing. When I smoked cigarettes, it was like my whole day would be structured around like when it was straight cigarettes, it would, like even roll-ups became abstract because you could kind of like make as many as you kind of stretch it out.
Like one telescopic roll.
If you had a pack of 20, I'd try and have only if I didn't have all the money in the world. So it's like you'd want to get to 6 o'clock and only have done 8. So that you had at least 12 for the evening portion. It's like you couldn't. My brain was always sort of like working.
It's maths.
Once you quit is when you realise that your days are structured by these things.
You lose the maths.
And you're right. Like I hadn't thought about it, but a vape, I don't know how many. You have to count every puff.
It's like 600 puffs, but sometimes like you lose count. Sometimes you think that you've got a puff in you, and then the bus doors open, and you're like, oh no, that wasn't a proper puff. Please don't count that one.
It's not a little alarm thing to tell you when you're running.
No,
last 10 puffs.
No.
In that book, Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Smoking, he has a line in it and it says he said life was just a distraction between cigarettes. That's what he said. So that's what I guess that's what you're talking about.
I guess it is.
Yeah. But I would say with the vapes, I think they're suffering also from being too modern to be put on film. For example, I would use social media. That's like 5 years behind on film or TV, you know? Like the use of social media or phones is always behind on TV.
Yeah.
You know, they've still just got a movie coming out like You Got Mail like 10 years after everyone's got email, you know, or whatever.
And there was also a period in like when films and TV that was coming out in like 2022 or whatever, the years immediately post pandemic, everything had to be set in 2019 because they couldn't be dealing with like what would these people do. It had to be set in 2019 because it was the only time when there wasn't some sort of restriction in place, but it was still had to be like present day, you know?
Can I ask, Dom, do you have any predictions for the future? I have one.
Well, let me ask.
I have one. And I have been saying...
This is real. This
is real, yeah. And we've got tarot cards also. We've got tarot cards. The Leeds tarot cards.
I once asked a magic 8 ball whether my grandma was going to die, and it said yes, and then she did. Like 4 years later, but I do. I really
that's how good it was. It could do that. It knew that.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in England are you from?
I'm from a place called Witton, which is in Zone 5 of London between Hounslow and Twickenham.
Oh, Hounslow and Twickenham. So that's the airport.
Yeah, it's the airport. So Twickenham's like a bit posh, Hounslow very much not, and Witton is kind of the no man's land between the two.
Right.
It's a real nothing place.
Yeah. So
it's kind of, I think it's a bit like a sort of Brexit Middle England town. Like they do, but it's also a suburb of London. Like it's 20 minutes into Waterloo. But like the tube, it takes forever to get home. Before the night tube, I had to get like
when those last stops go on forever.
Yeah, that's what Hounslow.
Like going to Heathrow.
My parents' nearest station is Hounslow East,
Right,
and that is so far to get into central London. Imagine having to go through like Osterley. It's crazy.
That's our 8 o'clock guest, Mark Silcox, is from Hounslow.
Yeah.
Coming in at 8 o'clock.
8 p.m. or 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
Who else is who have you had so far? Who was the inaugural?
The AM shifts a bit crazy. So we had Sam Campbell at midnight. We had
freak show to start off. Yeah, amazing.
Sophie Hayward at 1 a.m. journalist. We had and then at midnight on the midnight show, we realised that our 2 a.m. guest had pulled out, and this photographer Jenny, who you just met, had messaged me on Instagram asking if she could take photos of the event, which I didn't reply to. But then in episode 1, I write to her saying, yes, you can come in for episode 2. No, episode 3. You can come in for 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. So she came in, and we made her a surprise guest.
Okay.
So we got through episode 2, and we also ordered Deliveroo. Oh, sorry, episode 3. We also ordered Deliveroo and tried to make the driver come in as a guest. He made a little appearance.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
then
feel good about
we had.
Apparently, he said he'd come back, but it felt like you really didn't want to be
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
And then we've had Rob Copland, and then we have you, and then following you we have Will Robbins.
And then we have Arthur, my son, who's asleep. Before he's the breakfast guest.
Yeah.
Then he goes to college. The Mark Silcox comes. Then we got Harriet Richardson,
and then we have.
Do we give it all away? Then we've got Freddie Meredith.
Yeah.
Then we've got
Michael
Tomlinson, a friend of mine, musician. His album's over there somewhere. Then we've got, that's like a test. I'm just going to go. And then we've got at 12.
Jono from Sheeps.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got 1 o'clock.
Rich Fulcher?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rich Fulcher.
No, Ed Gamble's at 1 o'clock.
Oh, Ed Gamble's coming at 1 o'clock. Then
Rich Fulcher, 2 o'clock. Helen Bauer, 3 o'clock?
No, Helen Bauer's
Rose Manafeo, 3 o'clock.
Alison Spittle, 3 o'clock.
Alison Spittle, 3 o'clock. You're good.
Waste all the time just listing everyone else that's coming.
Yeah, I think so.
And then
Saves me being a bitch about various.
Helen Bauer might become Alistair Green. Live.
Wow.
Yeah. That's an exclusive. And then 5 o'clock, it's Jack Barry. 6 o'clock is Rose Matafeo. 7 o'clock is...
This is impressive.
7 o'clock
This is quite an impressive. This is a very impressive lineup. It's quite stacked.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then
8 o'clock is Paul
Goblin
Fur.
Boy me at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Goblin Boy, you has been fantastic.
Yes,
We're
thanks,
very
Ray.
appreciative of you coming on. If what are you working on at the moment? What are you working on? Are you going to do a show again at Edinburgh? What are you
I think
doing?
I'm going to try and do an hour-long show.
Really?
I've not
Did you
done
have a
one.
long show this year?
No.
Did you go out?
I went out for 10 days. Can I have one of these, please?
Please, they're for the guests.
Thanks.
Also,
Oh, hell yeah.
These ones are better.
That's my prediction for the future. I might do an hour-long show at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe.
Wow.
Whoa!
Can I tell
You've
you-
done one?
You've
done two?
I've done three. Yeah, but the third one that you could erase from my memory. But I've done.
That one was Welcome to Raytown.
Wow. Yeah. It was. Yeah. I've done three. Yeah. And yeah, it's all good,
I
man.
can't imagine you doing an hour show.
Neither. Yeah. No, that's cool, man. So you got that, and what do you do? What do you obviously perform stand up? What else do you do with your time comedically? What do you work on? What are you working on? Anything?
That is such a good question. I'm working.
You write for things, right? You do a bit of writing.
Yeah, something that's kind of on hiatus at the moment. I do a little bit of writing for Chicken Shop Date.
Chicken Shop
nice.
Date. Can I ask about this show now? Right, like. When did you? So you've done a bit of writing, what, like freelance, like sort of Joe, or have you been? How long? What
Yeah, so
kind
I used to write a bit freelance pre-pandemic, pre-comedy. But when I left Australia to participate in the global pandemic, I didn't do stand up for like 2 years. Partly because I was having like a bit of a mental breakdown for the first 3 months of the pandemic, like actual mental for the first 3 months of the pandemic, and then I was like, well, I've got as good as it's going to get. I won a little competition in Australia, and it's never going to happen for that. It's just, this is over for me. So then I didn't do any comedy until 2022. I had a conversation with my friend. I was like, I just feel like I failed. And she was like, you never tried. And I was like, that's so true. So then I started trying again, and now it's going all right. But in the intervening 2 years, I wanted to do something creative, so I started writing freelance, and I did a bit for Vice and Novara Media and stuff like that.
What did you do? Like write stuff and submit it to them, or what? Like just
Just pitched of sort of features and reporting and stuff. But then also you have to do some shit stuff, and it was like the last days of Rome at Vice. Like they were really scraping the barrel at Vice UK. I wrote an article once that was like ranking Boris Johnson's lockdown parties from least to most embarrassing.
See, I didn't.
That is my published work on the
I used to work
internet.
at the old Blue Last at the heyday of
Really?
Vice, when they bought that pub and the magazine sort of was in its prime. It was quite a messy time. I was just bar staff.
Was that early 2010s?
Yeah.
So Chicken Shop Date is it's one of the most popular shows in the world now, right? Like it's sort of grown like that, and it's probably in my mind, I'm not sure about this, but it's like the prime example of a modern show, I guess. Like it was built online, and it's. But when did it blow up? Like when did it get so big? Like 'cause
I feel like the first time it's been going for 10 years.
that's what I mean. But I feel like. And it's obviously slowly happened, but somewhere within the last few years, it's become like.
I reckon it was Louis
unavoidable.
Theroux.
Oh, right, that episode.
Louis Theroux rapping on it made it like.
Oh, was that where the rapping happened?
Yeah, when he was like, my money don't jiggle jiggle. People loved that.
Yeah.
People love that he knows how to rap.
And do you know, like, sorry if I'm asking, I'm just interested in this. Did it start like 5 views, 10 views? Like, no, I'm watching. Or did it start with a bang?
It started off as like a column in a youth magazine.
I read
And then it moved on to I think it's really impressive. It's like a labour of love,
Was
really.
it her column?
Yeah,
The host?
because she comes from like a journalistic background.
Oh, wow, that is really cool. And
Yeah.
so
I think she interned at Vice.
How does it work as a column, though? Like, how does it work as a column?
I don't know. I don't think it hasn't been a column. It hasn't been a column for like 8 years. I think it's a really impressive dedication to an idea.
Yeah.
And
it's a real life Sex in the City.
it's exactly that.
Is it? What? How? The real life.
This is kind of a real life Just Like That. Have you watched And Just Like That?
No, I haven't seen it.
And just like that, she doesn't write anymore. I watched the first series of it, and she gets involved in like a sex and relationships podcast. So,
and it is just
guys, write in if you've got any questions on sex and relationships. Ray's going to answer them.
It is like Just Like That. As in, they're trying to make up for the mistakes in the previous ones, so they've made it very diverse.
They've made it incredibly diverse.
Yeah.
And at one point in the next 24 hours, a woman will appear.
Well, I've got some shows to pitch to you guys if you take them.
Yeah,
we've got what is it? Predator Manager Divorce.
Predator Manager.
Sorry. Oh, you know when you say something. You know when you say something ironically so much that it actually just becomes in your vernacular, and that's what's happened with Predator Manager.
That's happened to all gay people with all language. No, it has.
That's an example of you doing it there.
I can. Yeah, gay people have forgotten how to speak.
Can you give me a specific word that you started ironically?
I started saying slay ironically because I was saying, but now I can't say that something's good. I can't even say sick.
No, you're right. It does happen with all gay things because you don't know.
I can't even say like if I'm messaging someone saying happy birthday, like I've got such gay brain rot, stupid idiot brain rot idiot disease that I can't even say like happy birthday, man, happy birthday, mate, happy birthday. It sounds so wrong coming out of my mouth now because I've sort of accidentally become like purveyor of gay speak. That I have to say like happy birthday, mother diva cunt boot. Do you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes I can't tell if you're patronising me or complimenting me. I'm like, yeah, this is
the problem. And like I would love to be able to start saying mate again. I haven't said mate in about 5 years.
You've got to get back to the comics lounge. You've got to get humble.
I feel like if you did that, that's when I'd feel like you're patronising me.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound real coming out of my mouth anymore. But I can't keep calling people diva. I can't. I can't do it anymore. I can't be like happy birthday diva and it's my dad. You know,
that's nice.
I started doing this ironically for a bit, and then it just came into my vernacular for a while, and I was like, vernacular is not the right word for that, but
yeah, your physical lexicon.
Yeah, and I was just like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
I don't know. When do you use that?
So we have Pret Divorce. We've got the Star.
What about meal deal takes?
Starbar,
like Subway takes, but meal deal over your meal deal.
Oh no, Subway takes. We've got underground scoops. Underground scoops, and you hold the Opal card, the Oyster card. What is it? Oyster. Yeah, you hold the Oyster card.
You're so international, Ray.
Opal's Australian. Yeah. I'm getting my Oyster mixed up with my Opal, which mixed up with my Octopus, which is Hong Kong. You guys probably wouldn't know that, but then anyway. Babak, do you have any other final questions and any other
final questions? I have a game show I do, which is based on meal deals, and it's like. So, like, you'd have a bit like, what's it called, the one Jeopardy? And you have to pick different, like, amounts for the difficulty of question. Yeah. So the meal deal would be, like, you'd be playing for, like, the ham, no mayo sandwich, if you want an easy question, or you could go for, like, chicken stuffing.
Oh, like the chaser. And, like, yeah. Like going for the higher or lower offer.
You choose, like, which deal you're going for. Yeah. And then you have drinks, and they work in the same... Yeah. Just water or like, I don't know, maybe we have to push the champagne just to make it exciting.
To make the stakes higher.
It's like dinner with the wine at the top. You know, you get the...
I don't know, I guess you mix and match it. But then at the end, it's like, oh, your meal deal amounts to £12.47. So somebody else would have to go for like a better... I don't know. I haven't thought it through. I was thinking it in my head when it came up earlier, and I've said it out loud. I regret anything I say.
No, I think that's fine. But then I just do think that, like, now, whenever you're thinking of a game show idea, you do have to think of the celebrity version, because there's a celebrity version of every single game show.
That's true.
But they all play for charity, so that would feel a bit. Feel a bit shit.
I never believed that they were worth watching because they're always going to win. They're never going to not let him
the stakes
win.
Aren't high enough.
I saw David James on The Chase, and he got like 15 answers right. It's like he can't have. Nobody on The Chase has ever got 15 answers right. Why is David James doing that?
In like Celebrity Mastermind, the questions are so much. It's like name one king ever, whereas on like regular Mastermind, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even intelligent enough to think of a question for an intelligent person.
I sometimes those things make me feel so dumb. Same with Trivial Pursuit sometimes, actually, you know. It's like, it's just so hard You like you will.
Any question?
You will.
Any question?
They are sometimes, and sometimes crosswords. You're like, how the fuck can anyone get? You just open like the first question. It's like, who came third?
I've gone really into the cryptic.
Who came third in the Monaco Grand Prix in 1997? You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
I love the cryptic. Do you love the cryptic crossword?
No, I can't. I can't deal with it.
It's like a logic
system,
puzzle.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned to deal with it. Like, I love it. I'm not great at it, but it is an amazing feat of culture.
Do you know the comedian Jon Stewart? Him and his. I've just read this once, and it just reminded me of this. Him and his partner loved crosswords to do it, and the way he proposed to her was like making a clue in the crossword, and it was like that. And
That's so nice. Autistic wedding. That's so nice.
Jon Stewart, Daily Show's Jon Stewart. Yeah. He's a clever guy. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, Tom, we want to say thank you. Remember, guys, if
I've ended this podcast calling Jon Stewart autistic. I do regret that. I do. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It is 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, if Dom's predictions, future predictions come true, he will be doing this show in Edinburgh next year. I highly recommend you go check that out. He also has like one of the coolest comedy nights in London. He runs with 2 other fantastic comedians called Slay 24.
Thanks, Ray.
What else can I say, man?
And when Ray does it, it's called Ray 24. It's amazing. I love it.
Thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dom.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Dom.
I've had a lovely time.
Have a lovely day today.
Amen.
Let's go to Tesco.